The Reconquest is often told as a single story. Christian kingdoms rise, Muslim Spain falls. End of chapter. That version is wrong. The Reconquest wasn't one war, one campaign, or one moment. It was a slow, uneven process that unfolded over nearly 800 years. And it didn't begin because Al-Andalus suddenly collapsed. It began because Spain fractured. As Al-Andalus split into rival Taifa states, Christian kingdoms to the north, Castile, Leon, Aragon, Portugal, grew more organized and more confident. But here's the part most people miss. Early Reconquest wasn't driven by religion alone, it was driven by opportunity. Christian rulers fought each other just as often as they fought Muslim states. Alliances crossed religious lines. Muslim rulers hired Christian mercenaries. Christian kings accepted Muslim tribute. This wasn't a holy war in the modern sense, it was medieval power politics. Cities changed hands through treaties as often as battles. Local populations frequently stayed in place. Administrators were replaced, not erased. And for centuries, much of daily life continued. Libraries weren't immediately burned. Schools didn't vanish overnight. Knowledge didn't disappear the moment a city fell. In fact, many Christian rulers actively protected scholars and texts because they were valuable. That's how knowledge continued moving north. But over time, the balance shifted. Christian kingdoms centralized power. Standing armies improved. Coordination increased. Meanwhile, political fragmentation inside Al-Andalus deepened. By the late medieval period, religious identity hardened. Tolerance narrowed. Institutions weakened further. The Reconquest became more ideological late, not early. And that distinction matters. Because the decline of Al-Andalus wasn't caused by ignorance or hostility to learning. It was caused by the same forces that end most civilizations: fragmentation, power competition, loss of centralized protection, and even as territory was lost, influence wasn't. The science, math, medicine, and philosophy of Al-Andalus were already embedded in European institutions by the time the last Muslim kingdom fell. Which brings us to the final question. If this civilization shaped Europe so deeply, why do so few people remember it? That's where we end the series. In the next episode, we'll look at why the story of Al-Andalus was minimized, forgotten, or simplified, and why recovering it changes how we understand European history. If you enjoyed this trip down the rabbit hole, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Smart History for Dumb Times.